Hi everybody, welcome back. In the last class, we learned differences in the beaks of the finches in the Galapagos Island. It is clear that the finches Darwin observed had beaks adapted to their feeding habits. Another idea that influenced Darwin's speculations about the diversity of the beaks of finches was that of Thomas Robert Malthus, an economist. According to him, the rate of food production is not proportionate to the growth of the human population. Thomas Robert Malthus pointed out that the scarcity of food led to diseases, starvation, and struggle for existence. Next is the Darwin's theory of natural selection. Here, the organism with variations undergoes overproduction, which means every species produces more number of offsprings that can survive on Earth. Struggle for existence, which means that they compete with one another for food, space, and mates. The competition becomes hard when the number of organisms is more and the availability of resources less. Many variations are visible in organisms. These variations may be favorable or unfavorable. Those with favorable variations survive in the struggle for existence. Others are eliminated. Variations that are inherited through generations and repeated differently help to form species that are different from their ancestors. This type of selection done by nature led to the diversity of species that we see around us. This was the explanation of Darwin's theory, which is known as the theory of natural selection. Now, let's discuss about Neo-Darwinism. Though Darwin identified that continuous variations occurred in organisms, he could not explain the reasons for these variation, which was a drawback of Darwin. During his period, there was no idea regarding genes, chromosomes, etc. Darwinism was revised in the light of new informations from the fields of genetics, cytology, geology, and paleontology. This modified version of Darwinism is known as Neo-Darwinism. Next is the mutation theory. The sudden changes that occur in genes are called mutation. Mutation theory explains that new species are formed by the inheritance of such changes. This theory was formulated by Dutch scientist Hugo de Vries. Later, it was explained that mutations that cause variations lead to the evolution of species. Paleontology. The study of fossils is called paleontology. Our next topic is fossils, evidence of evolution. Fossils are the remnants of primitive organisms. They are evidences that explain the history of life on Earth. The fossils may be the body parts, or imprints of organisms. The age of fossils can be calculated scientifically. They are categorized on the basis of geological timescale and the peculiarities are studied. From the evidences provided by the fossils, primitive fossils have simple structure. Then, recently formed fossils have complex structure, and certain fossils are connecting link between different species. Students, observe the forelimbs of lizard, bat, and whale. The forelimbs of these organisms differ in their external appearance. In anatomy, there is some difference. Let's learn. These forelimbs are made up of blood vessels, nerves, muscles, and bones. Differences in their external appearances are their adaptations to live in their own habitats. Organs that are similar in structure and perform different functions are called homologous organs.